We are still in celebratory mode, just 7 days after Zimbabwe turned 41. The Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to join the rest of the nation in reliving one of the most important days on the Zimbabwean calendar, that is the 18th of April, 1980. It is time for Crime Watch, a program proudly brought to you by the People's Police Service, Zimbabwe Republic Police. It is always a pleasure to have you along. My name is Elliot Kudzai Ganyani. The ZRP would like to take this opportunity to remind Zimbabweans that despite the easing of the national lockdown regulations, COVID-19 is not yet gone. As such, members of the public should adhere to the COVID-19 preventive measures and regulations, as failure to do so will lead to arrest of such offenders. Zimbabweans are urged to consistently wear masks covering both the nose and the mouth and maintain social distancing at all times. Members of the public are also reminded not to exceed the permitted figure of 50 people at social gatherings. The maximum number of 50 people at funerals remains unchanged, and anyone who disregards these regulations will be arrested without fear or favor. In enforcing these COVID-19 regulations, police arrested 2,483 people throughout the country for various offences related to national lockdown regulations, bringing the total cumulative figure of such arrests to 602,182 people by the 20th of April 2021. Of these, 51 were arrested for liquor-related offences, 16 for opening of business establishment during national lockdown, except those exempted. Disturbingly, 1,860 were arrested for failure to wear a mask on that particular day. Zimbabweans are also reminded to regularly wash hands with soap and running water or to use an alcohol-based sanitizer. You are also encouraged to minimize unnecessary movements. Let us unite for the common purpose of eradicating COVID-19. We now move on to other stories. The Zimbabwe Republic Police is concerned with murder cases happening across the country. I was part of the Crime Watch crew which visited Manicaland to cover some disturbing murder cases. You meet me this time around in Manicaland province, to be precise, in the central business district of Chipinge town. As Crime Watch, we visited a number of police stations within ZRP Chipinge district, and on visiting one of them, that is ZRP Chipinge Rural, we discovered that police are disturbed by the number of murder cases happening within their policing area.
We have been receiving disturbing murder cases in our policing area. One such case, we have got a murder case which involves a man named Morris Takayamazo, aged 21 years, of Mabeure village, Chief Mapungwana. The accused person woke up his wife telling her that he had a headache. They went on to wake up the mother of the accused person. He told her that he was having a headache, but the accused person said he was uttering incoherent words and acting strangely. As the mother was away to call the accused person's brother, the accused person went to his grandmother's room. The accused person struck his grandmother with the axe that was inside the bedroom. He used the axe several times, and after using the axe, he took a large stone weighing almost 5 kilograms and crushed the deceased person's head, resulting in the brain splashing out. The accused person then ran away. Investigations were made. I discovered that the accused person had fled to South Africa. Through further inquiries and investigations, we managed to arrest the accused person in Beitbridge and brought him at Chipinge. The accused person is currently remanded in custody at Mandigisi prison. In another murder case, we have Gift Mahembe of Masocha village, Mgondi area, Chief Mapungwana Chipinge, who was murdered by fellow villagers after a previous incident which happened at the area where he stabbed an elderly man with an okapi once on the right breast. Local villagers teamed up and managed to assault the now deceased over the issue of stabbing the elderly person on the breast. The now deceased Gift Mahembe later died as a result of that assault. 6 accused persons were arrested over the case, and court proceedings are still taking place.
Police will do everything within its power to make sure that perpetrators of such heinous crimes are brought to justice. Now moving on, in our previous episode, we spoke to Detective Sergeant Wellington Makasi of the Criminal Investigations Department Commercial Crimes Division regards the proliferation of criminals who through misrepresentation replace cell phone lines before fraudulently fleecing unsuspecting victims of their hard-earned cash through communication via the WhatsApp platforms, that is the WhatsApp groups as well as the individual WhatsApp inboxes. 3 such fraudsters have been apprehended by the police. Let us get more.
The accused persons are Trinos Taurai Mzanenamo, who is aged 23 years, Trevor Mzanenamo, who is aged 19 years, and Timothy Vramiti, who is also aged 23 years. They cleared 26 cases so far. We also urge members of the public who would have been conned in such a similar manner to come forward and have their cases taken to court.
We had the opportunity to interview Joyce Mabika at Mbara Magistrate Court, whose SIM card was replaced and compromised without her consent and used in the commission of similar fraudulent crime.
I just found out that suddenly I'd lost network on my line, and I was in the process of talking to a colleague. The very next morning when I got to work, my colleagues started saying they saw messages coming from my phone, and I was saying I have money that I want to change, and whoever has RTGS can come and get money from me. So some people acted and they sent money to these criminals, but you know what, it was not me. I rushed to meet with my friend who had been a victim, and we went to the service provider, and I was told my SIM had been replaced that moment when I was trying to make the call and when I lost my network. So if you find anything wrong with your SIM card or you have no network on your line, just make sure you report at the earliest convenience so that your relatives, your friends, your colleagues do not get fleeced by criminals. WhatsApp has been used as the platform to fleece people when it comes to my case. So if you see that you have not done a two-step verification, make sure you do it right now. As I'm speaking, make sure you go to your settings, find the security setting that says two-step verification so that no one manipulates your WhatsApp account. Well, I'm very happy with the way the Zimbabwe Republic Police handled my case because they acted swiftly and these criminals have been apprehended. People now believe that it wasn't me who was fleecing them of their money.
As rightfully said there by one of the victims, Joyce Mabika, be on the lookout for such criminals. On that note, we are taking a short break. Join us in the second segment. Welcome to the second segment of Crime Watch. What do you benefit by killing another? They invaded their house, they robbed them, but still they went on to commit a scary act that led to the death of Rutendo Ndega, aged 35, wife to Obvious Nokovedzo, aged 43. Imagine being blindfolded while tied on both the legs and hands and then thrown into a disused mine pit that is 20 meters deep. A forgettable experience it was for a Mashingo couple. Let us hear more from Detective Assistant Inspector Pawagwande of CID Mashingo.
What actually happened is that she was brought here blindfolded, Rutendo Ndega and the husband, Obvious Nokovedzo. They'd been robbed, blindfolded by the accused persons who brought them to this place in their motor vehicle, in Nissan Caravan. They were thrown into this pit by the four robbers, namely Shepherd Shinara, Kudakwashe Nyashanu, Edmo Donza, and Nidimo Chipotirwa. Rutendo Ndega was first to be thrown into this pit. The husband was thrown after his wife, and it appears like the husband went on to fall on top of the wife. Around 9 o'clock in the morning, Obvious Nokovedzo was calling from the pit for anybody who could hear him. It so happened that a man by the name Marandira was passing by. We were all advised the CID and we came to attend the scene here. We had to summon fire brigade who brought some ladders to make it easy for us to retrieve the survivor, Obvious Nokovedzo, who came out alive, and we rushed him to the hospital. He had some cuts on the head, his hand appeared like it was broken. Then we managed to retrieve the body of Rutendo Ndega. Viewers may want to know what had happened to these two people, Obvious Nokovedzo and his wife Rutendo Ndega, prior to their being thrown into this pit.
To answer that, we visited Target Copy, a suburb in Mashingo, where Obvious Nokovedzo, the surviving husband, used to live with his then-wife, Rutendo Ndega. Detective Assistant Inspector Pawagwande takes us through the background of this story.
It so happened that on the day in question, they were visited by the robbers during daylight. When the robbers came, they knocked at the gate and pretended as if they were looking for somebody by the name Shava who stays at the cottage. And when they were told that Shava was not around, they asked for some water from Rutendondega, who was present at the material time. Rutendondega was alone. It was around 11 o'clock in the morning. Just the moment Rutendondega was trying to go back into a house after giving these accused persons water to drink, they held her, blindfolded her, tied her both hands and feet, and kept her inside the house from that period until at about 4 p.m. in the afternoon, when the husband, Obvious Nokovedzo, arrived from Zaka driving his Nissan Caravan. Just the moment he parked his motor vehicle in the yard, he disembarked. When he opened the door to enter inside the house, he was held by the accused persons who were wailing for him inside the house. After successfully tying Obvious Nokovedzo, they took all the money that he had, and they also took the motor vehicle keys of the Nissan Caravan belonging to Obvious Nokovedzo. They loaded household goods, televisions and groceries into the motor vehicle, and they drove out to the pit where they threw the complainant Obvious Nokovedzo, leading to the death of Rutendondega.
From then on, police would have none of it. They immediately put shoulder to the wheel and eyes on the ground in pursuit of these marauding criminals. And the day of arrest was always going to come, but it wasn't initially in Mashingo. It was in Harare.
Within a week, we managed to arrest the first accused person, that is Kudakwashe Nyashanu. He was apprehended by our police officers manning a roadblock near showground in Harare, driving the stolen motor vehicle. When he was waved down to stop at the roadblock, he increased speed, hitting the drums, and tried to flee from the scene. The police gave chase, and they cornered the accused person within 200 meters from the roadblock. He was apprehended, leading to the arrest of 2 other accused persons, Shepard Shinara and Edson Donza, that very same day in Kwadzana, Harare. We proceeded to Harare and joined the homicide Harare to make recoveries of all the stolen property. We proceeded to Nyika, Growth Point in Bikita, where we arrested Nidmochi Poterwa, who was coming from Chipinge, and we brought all the accused persons to Mashingo. The accused persons are facing 3 charges. The first charge being robbery, then attempted murder, and murder. The court proceedings are taking place. Through investigations, we discovered that the accused persons are also wanted by homicide Harare for various other serious crimes.
Police is issuing a stern warning to all those involved in robbery cases and other criminal acts that no stone will be left unturned to get rid of such rowdy elements from within our respective societies. This follows a number of robbery cases that have been reported in the recent past. In one of the cases, police can confirm the arrest of Tafadzwa Chamawinya, age 26, for robbery after he, together with 2 other accomplices, grabbed a complainant by the neck and stole an Itel phone and 30 United States dollars. The cell phone has since been recovered by the police. Police would also like to warn drug traffickers that they will be arrested without fail. 76 people were arrested in the past week alone for drug peddling, and the crackdown on these criminals will continue until sanity prevails. Members of the public are encouraged to continue supplying information that helps to get rid of such rowdy elements. Moving on, the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe is in an overdrive, carrying out campaigns on road safety. Just recently, they visited Makar Primary School, that is in Mudzi, Mashono and East Province. Sadly, the visit happened on the backdrop of a tragic incident involving an accident that resulted in the death of an ECD pupil.
Following quite a number of countrywide reports on vehicle collisions involving school children, the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe visited many schools throughout the country to raise awareness on road safety. We are here at Makar Primary School in Mudzi district, where the children are so vulnerable to the conditions that we witnessed. There is a major road that passes through Makar. It's a dusty road, but what we noticed were unregistered vehicles and also motorcyclists who were not even wearing helmets, driving at very high speed. We would like to warn motorists to ensure that they exercise extreme caution when they pass through schools and when they pass through residential areas.
Tinofungidzira kuti vamwe vatyairi vedzimotokari idzi havana zvitamba naizvozvo kumhanyisa kwavanozesta dzimotokari dzavo vachipfuura pedyo nechikoro chedu chiri mudhuze nemugwagwa kunokonzera njodzi kuvana vedu vechikoro. Mazuva mashomanana apfuura tine mwana wedu mukomana akatsikwa nebhazi. Mabhazi aya zvinofungidzirwa zvekare kuti aitodzingirisana. Saka tine chikumbiro chikuru kuvatyairi vemabhazi nevaridzi vemabhazi ivavo kuti pavanenge vofamba vachipfuura muzvikoro zvedu izvi vafambewo zvakanaka.
We would like to warn all road users in Makar and any other area throughout the country that the ZRP will be out in full force to ensure that all the people who are driving vehicles are licensed. At Makar Primary School, we conducted an awareness campaign involving all the school children at this primary school, where we were teaching them to ensure that they walk on the right-hand side of the road, facing oncoming traffic. We also educated them on how to use public transport and that they should shun pirate taxis but use buses that are registered.
We've partnered with Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe as corporate social responsibility to educate children about road traffic safety. Today we have visited Makara Primary School in Mudzi area. We have also assisted the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in printing the Children's Highway Code, which we are going to distribute in various schools across the country. We hope this continued partnership is going to reduce road carnage in our country.
Kushungurudzika zvakanyanya nezviri kuitika pano. Saka tiri kukumbirawo zvakanyanyisa kuti tiisirwewo mahambu murodhi yedu iyi. Kunyanyanya pano pa township nepachikoro apo nepaklinika apo tikukumbira kuti tiisirwewo mahambu nemaroad sign anoripota kuti waakusvika pachikoro, waakusvika paklinika. Tine chichemo chikuru munomu kuti patiri kutorera malicense kure kubva pano paMakara kuenda kwatinotorera malicense kumaronde rides 150 kilometers. Saka tichikumbira kuti tiisirwewo nzvimbo yatinotorera malicense padyo. Nekuti nzvimbo yedu yaane mota dzakawandisa. Mazhinji madriver ari muno anodriver vasina zvitambi.
We would also like to take this opportunity to warn those that are breaking traffic laws that the long arm of the law will catch up with them.
Meanwhile, the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe will soon visit Makar to conduct provisional driver's license lessons and is encouraging interested members of the public to take advantage of this outreach program. Police would like to warn reckless drivers, including those who drive without driver's licenses, those who drive before reaching the required age to do so, as well as those who ride motorcycles without wearing helmets, that they face imminent arrest. On that note, we are taking a short break. Join us in the third and final segment. Welcome back. We are now in the third and final segment of Crime Watch, where we start by taking a look at a case in Beitbridge involving the seizing of 120 boxes of Remington Gold cigarettes, as well as 60 Express Royal cigarettes that were meant to be smuggled into South Africa. This follows an aerial patrol with a helicopter by the Ground Commander Operation No to Cross-Border Crimes, Assistant Commissioner Tawane Nyazema, and his Deputy Lieutenant Colonel Richard Chikwature of the Zimbabwe National Army and other officers. The cigarettes were intercepted at Africa Diet area, that is about 40 kilometers east of Beitbridge. Police would like to warn all those involved in smuggling activities along the country's borderlines that they will face the full wrath of the law. Meanwhile, the Criminal Investigations Department in Chipinge accounted for a man for stealing copper bars. Let us get more.
I can confirm to you that we arrested an accused person, Ringos Ngove, a male adult aged 37 years. From Chisumbanje. We received information from the members of the public that he was in possession of some copper bars. Our detectives reacted to the information and searched his homestead, resulting in the recovery of 15 bars of copper. We arrested him and took him to court, where the case is still pending. I also want to take this opportunity to urge members of the public to come up with information whenever they get it, to our detectives who are always ready to react to the information.
members of the community have partnered with the ZRP in donating a bus that is meant to be used by the police in S14. The bus was handed over to the police at a ceremony held at Ntabente Primary School.
I am very grateful for the opening of this base. This area is far away from the station, which is about 45 kilometers from the mother station. So when cases of armed robberies were occurring, it was very difficult for us to expeditiously attend the scenes. We decided to engage the community. Through our CCC chairperson, he mobilized the resources and constructed this Ntabende base.
Our aim is to fight crime. In my area, Ntabende, I noticed that we had so many crimes. So we started constructing until it came to this stage you are seeing.
This initiative is the first of its kind in Umzingwane, and we hope other communities within the district and within the country will take a leaf from here, that policing is everybody's responsibility.
Before we come to the end of this week's episode, here are some people who are on the police wanted list. Bekezela Dube, age 26, is wanted by CID Rusape for theft. His last known address is Bernard Village, Matema in Gwanda. ZRP Kotwa in Mash East Province is looking for Takawira Jaji of Magoto Village, Mukota, Mudzi for a murder case. Should you have any information that may help the police in locating any of these wanted persons, feel free to contact any nearest police establishment. Alternatively, you can contact us on any of the following details. Visit our website at www.zrp.gov.zw or email us on feedback@zrp.gov.zw. Link with us on our Twitter handle @PoliceZimbabwe. You can also like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic Please. We're also accessible on our YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Please. If you fail to reach us through any of these communication channels, we also have a national complaints desk number which is manned 24/7, ready to offer you service, and the number is 0242 703 631. That's just about it for today. I must say thank you very much for taking time to be with us. It has been wonderful spending time together. Just hoping that you did enjoy our company as much as we did yours. My name is Elliot Kudzai Ganyani, and on behalf of the Crime Watch crew behind the scenes and the ZRP as a whole, it is pleasant viewing and good night.